Okay, welcome to the review class. I'm happy now we have instructor Gillian here, and she will talk about the women practice for men. Well, when the man has a question about the women practice, she has, and then we're going to split up the group. So, the beginning, I really like these two books. This is the female part and the male part. They're quite old. The one of the first books, so much here, but the essence is in, and they're really good books. You find a lot of information in these books. So in generally, we need to talk about the energy, right? So sexual energy can be a good energy for like fire, cooking, warming the house, or the fire destroy the house. Exactly the same, the sexual energy. It can be a good way, but also can be a destructive way. And that we need to balancing out, and that we need to know. The next is also to understand, like we come to the world, we get, they say, primordial force, 100%. So the force is divided, 50% in the Tantien, 25% in the kidney, and 25% in the sexual organ. So the kidney is reserve energy, is stress, sickness. Your body needs this energy there. So when you're constantly in stress, you're using constantly kidney energy. So you weaken your kidney very much. Sexual energy is for offspring. And if no offspring is staying there, no. But with the practice, you can transform this energy, because the sexual energy, like in Chinese word, the Tien Qi, you transform this in Qi. So for the men especially, they think, oh, no ejaculation, I'm holy. No ejaculation is not, you have to practice. And the woman, okay, I can have orgasm. Yeah. You have to practice too. You have to bring the energy up and transforming and circulate in the body. That is major. So why are we doing that? For health and for spiritual development. First, people just that maybe they're not so interested in spiritual development. For health, sexual energy is healing, and you can use, like fire, you can use for many purposes. You can use for healing. You get good health, you get more energy, more creativity, your brain grow, your synapses grow, all this. And spiritual development, as Mahasi, I think already you talked about a little bit, when you're born with soul and spirit, right? But the soul and spirit is a baby. Now, you have a baby, what is your task? You have to feed the baby, you have to educate the baby, making growing up to become adult. Same in the normal world, right? So, you feed them with Nestle powder milk, and this you cannot feed your soul a baby. You need to have energy. And this, for material, you're producing energy. And this energy you can feed the baby. So just in short word, we are quite, there's much more to say all about that, but there's a time frame is. So the next is to see the woman regarding now to compare, it's obviously a bit compares nice to understand water energy, the man, the fire energy. So like yin, yang. When the two energy come together, create the new energy, two different energy. So man fire, so man has to control the fire regarding like ejaculation in that point. Also emotion part 2, right? And the woman has to take care of the water. Enough water, maybe also say like not too cold the water in a sexual practice. But the water also is a gathering energy, right? So want a lot. So sometimes they want a lot, right? So you have to control this. The man, the fire, also have to control this. This in the normal world is exactly the same. But some men, they want to give and spend and all that, and women want to have more. So then we have in the nature, we have the sun and we have the water. Sun and water create steam, rain. This is the nature flow. This is the nature law. No? In the body, we have the sun, the heart. As Mahashia explained, not only the heart, it's actually all the organ, all the virtuous energy. We also say like the compassion energy. Compassion is not only love, it's not only the courage, not only gentle, not only kind. So all this virtuous energy is compassion energy. So you have to develop this. And we do this with inner smile, 6 healing sound, fusion practice, kindly. It's all the same. In every stage you do the same. It's different, a little bit different practice, but it's actually same. You cleaning out or you balancing the body, your emotion. Because when you do the sexual practice, and sexual energy is a neutral energy. When you have a lot of negative emotion, you support the sexual energy, will support the negative emotion. And that's why always good to do 6 healing sound, inner smile, especially when you feel a little bit emotionally and you still want to have you do single cultivation and dual cultivation, the same. You have to balance the emotion. If you're not the partner and you do practice, sexual practice, exactly the same. But sometimes you like when you're a partner, you have a fight and you argue, and then, let's do peace, let's have sex together. Yeah, but when you not have transformed the sexual, the negative emotion, you, especially maybe one part of the couple, is still dealing with the negative, then you raise up the negative part on it. So that's why we need to get 6 healing sound, inner smile is essential, is also a requirement for the sexual practice. And you need the grounding. Like we teach this week also the iron shirt to get the grounding. Otherwise, your sexual energy connect to the universe and you start to float down. So you need to have the grounding. So iron shirt actually is the requirement. You need to pass iron shirt evaluation before you can do healing love evaluation. Is the iron shirt. So we develop the virtuous energy and we activate and we develop the sexual energy. And we bring this together and steam rising up. Right? You see this picture, here in also with poster picture. So you can practice that Marcia say, smiling sunshine. The smiling sunshine is the virtuous energy. Right? Bring it down. And the sexual energy, steam come up. So when you, as a beginner, maybe you have not so much developed the smiling sunshine and you stimulate the sexual energy with massaging on it, it's very important that you circulate the energy in the no chi anymore, no battery anymore. Maybe they have the staff, they have battery. Yeah, when we have no energy, not much. And then we differentiate also in the practice aroused energy, what most experience, and the unaroused, mostly you never experience. But this is the energy what here is all the time. As soon as they get aroused, you feel it easier. But it's the sperm, the egg, and everything is here. So when you do testicle breathing, ovarian breathing, you work with the unaroused sexual energy. And that is especially for men recommended for those that have addiction in ejaculation. So working a lot with the unaroused sexual energy. You can do all the time, feeling the ovaries, the testicle, and as you smile and feel they're starting to pulsing, ovary, testicle, start to pulse, a little bit vibrating. And then you just draw this energy up with your mind power. The unaroused energy is a lighter energy. It's not too, the aroused is more heavier, thicker. And we regarding the unaroused sexual energy for men, we regarding as a cooler energy because it's the testicle outside, and women the ovary more inside, so it's a warmer energy. And in the aroused way, the man aroused is really the fire hot. But in the woman, I cannot experience that because unfortunately I cannot change the sex so quick. So regarding the aroused, I mean, they also get hot, but they're feeling this aroused energy more as a cooler energy. So generally, they say unaroused for men, cool, for women, warm, aroused, men, hot, and for women, warm. And in generally, hot energy makes you more headache here. So you bring the energy down to Tantien. If you feel comfortable and not feel headache or anything, you still can keep it because it creates synapses in the brain, bringing it up here. But we feel headache or pressure here, you need to bring the energy down. I mean, those that experience this energy come up in the middle channel up, they can have really big problems. We call this the Kundalini syndrome, and can really cook the brain. So, as Marcia already mentioned, we never have any problem. I can confess this in the group, in the practice with this kind, because we train the energy going up here. And for a beginner, you need the 3 line is a little bit more advanced practice. Start first, sacrum, lumbar, up here. This is the first step. If you have not done practice so much, just do this here first. The normal microcosmic orbit. And work here in the sacrum area, lumbar area. There is in the music box, in the sound box in the Tai Chi field, we have some spare battery there. Yeah. So, then the women practice what Chilean goes through. There's a summary, like what for men, like exercise, advanced. When they have, they're not immediately. Most women not immediately can start with the weight because first they have to train the muscle. But there's all different. We have all different people, men and women, and we talk now a little bit the general term. So not some people they have already, some totally not. So in general now. So in general is after some practice with the egg, the muscle, they can start with the egg, and then the breast massage, ovarian breathing, and orgasmic upward draw. Also, the power lock is pumping. We need to get the energy up. So, in generally, women they see like power lock is something men, masculine, young, but actually the pumping is important. We get energy in the spine up. They need to get the orgasmic energy in the spine up, not just in the middle channel, and genital compression. So for the men, is testicle massage, chi weight lifting. Thank you. Chi weight lifting and the genital stretch, and testicle breathing. Power lock, genital compression, deer exercise, this warming the stove, and milking. So this we go then in the main class after a little bit more in the details what has to be done. So what makes the different men and women? The men start to produce sperm when in puberty. He start to produce. So and he start to produce and he never stop until he die. All the time, a man has all the time sperm production. Maybe not that much as a young, but still he has. So he has a daily production from, I don't know who count that, but 129,600,000 sperm every day. It's amazing how the nature is just abundance, right? I mean, you see now, I have this, the yellow flower tree, abundant, how much he flower and they fall down every day he produce the flower, like he fear to die because it's dry season now, right? And he don't know when rain comes again, and the nature start to flower and producing, maybe few of them will survive. This is the nature, right? The nature is really abundant. But the woman, why the woman stop menopause? Because a woman never produce egg. She never produced egg. The mother produced the egg for the woman, for the girl. So a woman itself never producing egg. So when you're born, you have already 2 million eggs, but you're using maybe 500 every month. When you get puberty, you use egg coming out, but you produce then a child. This is that's why you need the inner strength to producing a baby, right? So it's a lot of energy what costs for the woman. Because they lose then also every month the blood, linen, and that is not that much as a baby. And that's why sometimes, and after menopause, they're not producing anymore. They're not losing the blood and the linen. So some women, they get more active again because they have not, because it's a bit imbalanced, the menopause, hormone imbalance and all that. So they have to deal with this also kind of energy loss. Some women, maybe they see, no, I feel great. This is always different. We can different thing. So this is one part what we need to see. And so we have here, we have the numbers here, how many sperm the man producing every day. So it's not really, when you ejaculate, it's not really energy loss. You see, when you see these numbers here, not so much energy, because you have a big factory, they're producing a lot. And even when you're not ejaculated, they die anyway. And you're producing, right? So even when you ejaculate, don't be afraid. Now you want to be now more energy and all that. Not be afraid when you ejaculate, or you like to be, I missed. We say I went to the number 9 point, right, to ejaculate, and oh my God, what I did. So that what actually when I started, I had this in my mind, and I was really disappointed about that, and I want really to save and to work on that. So it's not that much, but what another problem is the masturbation. As you stimulate the gland, can become an addiction. And you want to do all the time more and more and more. And then not only one time a day, more time a day, and you want to do all the time more and more. Because you feel like you reach nearly the point, but you're not really, next time so it's, I think the woman will experience the same when they just stimulate the clitoris. You can overstimulate there, but as she has not this sperm coming out, so she has not this much the energy loss. But when a man really come in addiction and do many times, then really can also get in an energy loss. And you know this addiction, what is an addiction? You're always running around, you always think about, I need to do, right? When somebody addicted to alcohol or a cigarette and so, the brain is no more focused. They're always on, when I can smoke, or when I can drink. And so the brain is occupied with something. And that makes the brain weak. Not the ejaculation makes the weak. But this addiction makes the brain weak. So when you're going to practice this and controlling the fire, but because we want to learn to increase the orgasmic feeling. The orgasmic feeling has a state. When you start to be aroused, is my lower part, and over time you can increase the orgasmic feeling with no ejaculation. When you not train them, you have an orgasmic feeling, like when we call the number, take number 1 to 10, maybe on 2, 3, then you ejaculate already. But later on, you can have an orgasmic feeling by 5, and you ejaculate, or you can feel it rising up. So we want to increase the orgasmic feeling with controlling the fire. So that is one part in this practice. Okay? So we go then to the practice for the men in the men class and women in the women class. Now, Jillian talk a little bit now about the women practice for the men also, because some men need to also know what the women do a little bit, and she will explain also a little bit on her side. So men has some information from women who do the practice. And then we will have a question also, like men will ask women question and women will ask men question. And then men to men question we can deal when we have the men group, and women question they can deal then when they have the women group. So this is just about the time frame this way. Okay? So I give the microphone to Jilly.
Can you put up the slide for the women? Because I didn't see your slide for women's practice.
This here. Yeah, if you have some additional or any, this is a man setup.
The egg exercise is something that we're going to do when we have a practice with the ladies. And it's also for women. I mean, we speak a lot about women being water, which is which has its quality of coolness and flowing the yin energy flowing inwards. But there are also women who have quite yang qualities. But in any case, the important thing is to be able to, also for women, to be able to hold to reach the arousal state and hold it in the orgasmic state, because they're cultivating also their healing power and working on their organs and their whole body with the DNA regeneration. So it's very important also for women to be able to do that. And the goal is not to the goal is not to reach to ejaculate, also for women, or to orgasm, but and I think also for men, but to take pleasure in your body, and that will cultivate the orgasmic feeling, the arousal and the orgasmic feeling, and keep you riding and moving up and moving up. So also for a woman, if you have a weak pelvic floor, the orgasmic energy is going out. Yes, it does have the tendency to go up, but it does go out. So having a stronger pelvic floor will help you to hold the energy and bring it up, just like for men. Out of personal experience as well, starting the practices without working so much on my pelvic floor, I realized that was a problem. So I had to work more on my pelvic floor to hold the energy and bring it up. Because the more you work on the orgasmic energy and the arousal energy, and the more it builds, the more power it builds up. So therefore, the more you have to have your base strong to be able to hold it and bring it up. So that's the egg exercise that will help you with that. But also, the egg exercise is essential for, yes, women can have loose vaginas, especially after childbirth, etc. But we also have, many also have very tense vaginas, very tense and not very elastic due to the tension. So the jade egg practices will help to release those tensions and also help with certain types of, particularly certain types of stones like the obsidian, the black stone, which is very yin, can help to absorb the tensions. And the jade egg will move around the vagina and massage and release the various areas. Another thing that's important for women is also massage. Massage for health and for pleasure. Massaging, yes, the outside, the inner lips, the outer lips, getting to know your body and having a good relationship with your body, just like we do the inner smile and we connect to our organs and we learn to love them and understand them. Also, women need to do that also to their outer sexual organs, breast massage, vagina massage also inside, and use their hands, their fingers to release the tension. And you can also use a special wand or a stick. They also sell them in the shop to help release the vagina and help it to breathe. And be open for also a relationship with a partner. Any questions? So I think that also the clothes that women wear, the fact of wearing maybe a tight bra, because when we don't love ourselves as much as and respect ourselves as much as we should do, we want to hide our belly, we want to hide our breasts, so we may wearing tight clothes, and it's not good for your sexuality and it's not good for your chi flow. So wearing, just like men will wear looser pants and looser underwear, women is also good not to wear such tight underwear, and especially bras with the metal, with the wire, okay, because it stops your circulation. And when you're comfortable, whether it be at home or whether it be out, it's good just to take your bra off, and let your breast breathe, and that also increases your arousal and your sensitivity and your sexuality, and you just own your body. Talking about, Master Chi has spoke a lot about the menstruation and the fertile age. But the practices also, when you reach premenopause or menopause or often even after menopause age, they are fundamental for maintaining your sexuality and maintaining your sex drive and your general energy. So it's very important that you continue to do the practices, or you start the practices, whatever age you are. They're very important for you to balance your hormones, to balance your hormones and your emotions, and always continuing to do the 6 healing sounds. Because you may find that doing the practices, you enjoy them, you like them, then you forget about the basics. You forget about working on your emotional energy, and then you can come out of balance, as Walter said, because the sexual energy will multiply whatever it finds. Okay. And also cultivating compassion, both for men and for women. When you're working with a partner, even if, yes, you had an argument or something, and you say kiss and make up, okay? But the compassionate energy, when you know when you've cultivated and you know how to generate it, the compassionate energy together with the sexual energy and the arousal energy will help dissolve the blockages and the tension and the emotions that have built up between you. But if you're not cultivating compassion energy, then you can actually, as Walter say, make it worse, make things worse.
The pelvic floor training is essential for women and men. Game of life and death. So mostly is the PC muscle. So connect pubic bone with the sacrum. This muscle. Love muscle. Yes. Straight connection to the brain. When you squeeze the PC muscle, only PC muscle, you can stimulate your brain, activate left and right brain. Normally, your left brain is active. When you go in meditation, your right brain is active. But with the PC muscle, you can have the same balance up. And this fun training, right? And you squeeze, but only PC muscle. So, men by the prostate, women uterus. Then you have trained this part. And when you squeeze, how you feel? Feel good. When you feel good, you squeeze, what you do? You squeeze more. So you feel good, and then you focus up here, you squeeze. At the beginning, you need to have, until the muscle is strong, you need to do some work. And unfortunately, this muscle here, we sit, we drive around, we not do many activity. So this muscle get loose, open. So you need to squeeze. Squeeze it. And when you squeeze, you can feel connected to toxic sacral. prostate. The vagina, uterus, and squeezing them. Then it's strong, but when the muscles are deep, take some time to strengthen. Then we have this different practice that we do, and you can, I mean, the squeezing you can do all the time, right? When you sit on you squeeze the leg, you can squeeze, hold, 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 pull more up, squeeze more, not release, squeeze more, pull more up, and still smile, smile, pull up, squeeze, pull up. When you feel like, oh, the muscle is not strong, you feel strength, pull more up, squeeze, pull more up. Not using other muscle. If you want to train, then you can squeeze this other muscle too. Okay? You should have the possibility to still squeeze it, still tight there, still pull it up. And squeeze the leg, 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 squeeze. You cannot squeeze like this. Squeeze the leg, 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 squeeze the leg. Smile. Squeeze. Relax. Squeeze. 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 Smile up. Squeeze. Hold. Squeeze. Breathe normally. Normal breath. Squeeze more. Pull up. Pull more up. Squeeze. Squeeze more. Squeeze more up. Pull up. Keep on. Hold up. More. Squeeze more. Pull up. And slide up. Squeeze the leg, 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 squeeze the leg. Smile. Squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. Squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, smile. Okay, one more time to hold it. Squeeze, 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 hold, squeeze. You squeeze, you can even squeeze and you will come. Squeeze more. Squeeze more. squeeze your muscle. Squeeze, relax, 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 squeeze, relax. Now. Squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze. Breathe, breathe, smile up, this is exactly what you can do, doesn't have to be exactly that, but all day long, every time when you nothing to work with your pelvic floor training. And then if you, I really recommend my personal experience, the Qi is the most powerful training, very secret, kept now more open. Now I think, I don't know if March here showed this picture now. Now it's getting now more open, but it's not for show up, right? It's really also for health and really strengthen your pelvic floor. So we have this weightlifting. Is a question to this.
Can I just add one more thing, Walter? We all work, the practices that we see work well together with the Healing Love, our Iron Shard, and also Tao Yin, which we practice in the evening. And the Tao Yin, because we want a strong but flexible body, and so when the body is soft and flexible, the energy can flow better because there is no muscle tension, and in the soft tissue, the energy can flow also in the pelvic floor. So also when you do Tao Yin, you learn to direct the energy, and you learn to breathe with your whole body. So breathing also with your pelvic floor. So strengthening, but also softening and making more flexible. Otherwise, by just continuously strengthening, you will cause tension and blockage.
So, to understand the male, it's always good to see how to set up. We have the testicle, and then goes into the sperm in the epidermis, then it goes around and into the prostate here. And there the prostate makes a problem to the man when the prostate gets bigger. It affects urination and can even close the urination. And when the prostate not active, and you can get this bigger prostate. And that is a big problem for men now, going 40, 50 years. And they need to operate this down. So to avoid this, you need to squeeze the prostate. And also not totally stop ejaculation. It's not recommended. The prostate needs to move, needs to be active. So if anything not used, can get a problem. So we need to use it. But when you massage, it's kind of using. Same like on the day when you need if you have every year a baby, I'm not saying that the woman getting breast cancer. But after not like, then you need to massage the breast to get stagnation out. There's a lot of lymph. Prostate is difficult to massage outside, but inside you squeeze. But the testicle you can massage. Testicle you need to massage, you need to squeeze, and you need to, if you not work with the testicle, they get either they shrink or they get bigger. And that's what then is the problem. Because we're getting older. Before people maybe 50 years, they are all older than that. Now we're getting 80, 90 years old. And so it's different. So that we have all this problem. So we need to practice this part. So when you this is a picture for the men who do the vasectomy, like cutting the semen. You have still the sperm production and the epidermis you have still, but you still need to massage this organ. So when men say, oh, I save my sperm, I not ejaculate out. This is wrong. You need to transform the sperm into chi. Like the women, the egg energy into chi. Transform this energy. And only this energy you can guide up. You cannot guide up the egg up or the sperm. You cannot guide them up. You know, but the energy of this, you can, when you draw this energy out from sperm and egg, you can guide it up. You talked about the energy, and this energy will use in the breath. So it's transforming from material into immaterial. It is the major part of all this practice. Like sunshine on the water, and then you have like the steam energy. Maybe compare. So if somebody has specific question like a man to Gillian or woman to me about the practice, otherwise we are going to separate the group. So no question. Yeah.
When a woman is close to orgasm, if she's doing breathing the energy up her spine, is she trying to sort of prolong the period just before orgasm, or is it okay for her to let herself go into orgasm
It depends on the woman because yes, we can have many orgasms, but some women are comfortable with one orgasm or just 2 or 3. And so the woman can decide whether she wants to prolong the pre-orgasmic state and use that energy and keep, because you can also add on it, or she wants to orgasm and then build up again or just relax. So it depends on the woman.
Can you repeat the part for the prostate?
Can you?
Repeat the part for the exercise?
I do in the main class. To show the slide. What do you want? What do you want?
What does he want?
Yeah.
He wants the prostate gland.
The picture.
The picture of the practice.
You'll do the practice. He wants to do the practice of the prostate gland.
Yes. Squeeze the PC muscle.
The PC.
That's what we did now.
Yeah.
Actually, the practice is also in the West common, called Kegel exercise. Mr. Kegel, this is very common Kegel exercise, pelvic floor training.
I want to know about sex and period, and also I want to know what Tao says about oral sex and anal sex.
Yeah, that is actually quite. I think we should talk about it. I mean, the anal sex. You know, there is some men and some women they have great pleasure because I mean, like man to man, because they activate, they stimulate the prostate, right? Because when you go in is near the so when you have like the finger in, like this is doctor checking the prostate, right? So when the prostate reach there, so it gets aroused energy. For the women, from women they have easy uterus orgasm because the uterus near there, so they can also. But you need to have very good hygiene, but this hygiene, even when you not do anal sex, you need to clean your rectum. Actually, a must for everyone. In some tradition they do. They teach the children to teach them to clean them up. And I tell you now why. I mean, you know that when a baby or adults, when they're sick, where we put the medicine, right? Supposedly we put in the, but why not here, not we put here? Because the rectum has a straight way direct in the bloodstream. The surpass here, it goes into the digestive tract, liver, so the medicine has to be higher quantity until it reach the bloodstream. But in the rectum go right in the bloodstream. So if you put medicine there and go right in the bloodstream, when you have stool there all day long in the rectum, where the essence of the stool goes, go right in the bloodstream. We have the rectum, we have on the beginning of the rectum we have a muscle and the anus. So this rectum is actually quite a closed space. In this part you need to clean up. If you have a normal good stool go right through, but if your stool is slimy, sorry about that, then you take the paper and you always, oh my God, still have perfect, still stool there inside. You need to clean up. And this is like you make vagina cleaning also this pump, right? You make enema, something like this, you can clean your body. Hygiene also very important. For men especially, the penis, when they have the gland covered by the skin, they have because you bring a lot of bacteria into the vagina of the woman, and that makes a big problem too. So hygiene is an important part also in this part. Okay, so we had the break, and you said they did the Lao Tzu Hall?
Yeah, for the men.
So men we go to the Lao Tzu Hall, and sorry when we have to leave you, sorry about that. Have to be alone. So we have a break, and then we meet over. Everybody know men the Lao Tzu Hall by the Tai Chi building. By the Tai Chi building over there.